Hi everybody, good morning. It is a beautiful sunny day here. I want to flip my camera out towards the window that way so that you guys can see the beautiful picture I have. It's, a very large area in the back of this house, and right in front of me is the pool area, but behind that is a lot of green grass and a canal, and it's where the boats come through to go to the chain of lakes, and it's just so pretty here. The problem I have here is with my health issues, the humidity kills me. I'm in Florida, and so I have the AC on, of course, comfortably, and just looking through the windows is great for me. However, I just wanted to share this wonderful morning with you and a new project that I have been working really hard on. I used to look at projects before I started ever crafting of other women's and thinking, that can't be too hard. It's beautiful, but it just can't be too hard. And let me tell you, a lot of time goes into this because I am not that quick at thinking on what to do next. That's why I don't do craft with me videos. I keep promising videos and I really haven't done them because I don't want to do a, here, let me throw a tag out and just throw something at you guys. It's real quick and easy. Even though tags can be absolutely stunning, it takes me time and I work on my project as I go along. So I decided I'm going to try something that I didn't really care to think to do before, but I've decided to do a video on me crafting and then do edit it and do a voiceover and see how that works out. Because I'd really like to share. When people ask me to share, I want to share. I want to show you when I get little messages, or I used to get messages, I guess they gave up on me, saying, hey, why don't you do a craft with me video? I just was so in fear of having such a horrible video because I can't really talk and think at the same time very well. It goes way too slow, I must admit. So, anyways, let's go ahead and get moving on here. As you see, this is a file folder, and I took another piece of heavy cardstock that's heavily coffee dyed, and I added these flaps and sewed them on. And this is some just beautiful lace trim that I got in a rack early on when I started doing swaps. I think it's been almost a year, maybe, not sure. Um, so I can't give credit to who sent this to me because I do apologize. I'm not sure. And then I Velcroed this little bow with lace here. And if you hear that ding, that's my friend Irene and I. She's in Australia, and I'm sure it's evening there sometime late. And we're texting back and forth. She's a pretty amazing person. I really like chatting with her. However, let's get forward here. Okay, so you see this is an image that I got off the public domain. And her dress was a little see-through, so I had to work on that, and I got that taken care of. And I roughed it up because I wanted to be real Victorian looking or aged. And then here is a few pictures on vellum that I printed. And then the back of this, I did some embossing and then some inking, and then I edged this along. This is a pocket, and then it has a main pocket behind it uh, for the other things and items that it's holding. So I will start with this just cute little decoration. This is actually a journal card that I love. I love. I'm gonna scoot this up so y'all can see. It says memories here. I really love this journal card. I really didn't want to let it go. I don't even know where I got it from at this point. If it is already made, because I get tons of stuff from her. I'm going to say it now to give her credit. I'm not sure. I print so many things out and I don't organize them from one person to another. But Artie Mays is really the one I get the most from. Shabby Dabby Doodah, I get some from her too, but not in this particular file folder. But let's go ahead and move on. This is a goodie pack here. This is a envelope I made through doing something with the Craft Along with Artie Mays. And I remember doing this when I had one arm. This is right after my surgery. And I wanted, so I was using the Tim Holtz Vagabond, and I could do that with one arm because it's electric. I don't have to crank it like my Cuttlebug was. And so it does an amazing job, though, I could tell you. So here is some real vintage lace. This is current. This is real vintage lace. And in here is lots of goodies. Ephemera, real vintage things are in here also. So I'm not going to show that because whoever gets this file folder, it'll be a nice little surprise for them. And then I have, pull this out first. I'm going to set this aside so it's not so distracting. And then I have this, and I love this image. This is a Tim Holtz image, and I roughed it up. And then I made this tag, and I might have done this. I do watch quite a few Artie Mays videos, and I do things like I just recently added this tab the other day. It took me 2 days to do this file folder. I'm not that quick. And I do believe I did this after I watched some of her videos. I don't exactly do what she does most of the time. I just watch it and try to do my little take on it. She probably would have added more to this, but I just love this. And then here is some vintage lace on here. This doily is not vintage. It's beautiful though. And then inside this pocket, this is the back of this paper, I do believe, is from Artie Mays. May be wrong, but I think it is. Again, going forward, I will definitely label my envelopes and put them in when I print them out. This, as you can see, matches, the little thing here. The little envelope matches this. I like to match some things. This is supposed to, in my mind when I created this, let me go back for a minute. When I created this, it was a woman who has different items that she's collected as memories in her life. When she was younger, when she was a child, when she was, we all have our prime moments, things that she remembers, or she's collected. So that's the story here. And this is her and one of her fellas. And this is a piece from a vintage dress here. I'm going to untie this little booklet here. And then this butterfly is holding this in, or it should be anyways, which is a little parcel from somebody, maybe her beau that was in that picture. And it's a little envelope. And in this little envelope is a little paper. Sorry, ever since I took these nails off, I'm having a hard time. And on here says, "You just hold on." My camera's not wanting to focus very well, but it's okay. You got the jip. And put this back in here, and I'll just set this aside and put it back on. And then here's a picture. I'm not sure who this is a picture of in her world, but it's one of her memories. And then you've got just papers to write on in here and jot down notes. And in the back, I did forget to put in ephemera here, so something will go in here also. I'm not going to leave that empty. And then here you see, hopefully, it says little things. So here is a little book, and you'll see I sewed onto, I continued the fabric that matches everything here. And there's a little piece of that fabric sewn on here, and this says "Just a Memory" on that tag, and it's a little book with paper in it. I did sew it in. So a lot of time and detail went into this because I just enjoy doing it. And I'm trying to push my creative ways and go to the next level with my crafting. And then it has 1920s, this is violin music paper behind here also. It's very, I have to, it just breaks off. So I have to be very careful when I put it in there. I didn't want to sew around it because I didn't want to perforate it and break it. So I glued with that crafting glue that's so popular, and I can't think of the name now. So that is the back and the front. And oops. And then this is, you know, a closer look of the vintage lace. Oh, and then this is a pen. Thought that was really cute. All right, and then the next item to show is the journal itself. And this I added because I wanted, this could go either way, boho, but this is, like I said, pieces of her past, pieces of things that she's collected along the way that she likes and her memories. And so this is to mark the pages where you're at in this journal. This journal is not a fully loaded journal. It is a writing journal because, you know, you have to, with everything that I've done here, I don't want to charge a fortune for this. And you'll see that I added lots of lace. This is 2 layers of gathered lace here. A beautiful flower and some more of the matching that I knotted on each end and attached. Some of that 1920s paper, and this is vintage handmade crochet lace here. A lot of sewing. This is also vintage lace here. When I say vintage, that means real vintage. This is vintage like. This is vintage like. And then we open the book. If I wanted, oh, I'm sorry, I meant to not show this to you so quickly. And then this is the front. This is vellum. And this is gathered material that's kind of like that material, but it's not exact. I didn't want to use the exact same one here. And I sewed around the entire thing. And I added some more of that lace trim. And then here is just beautifully copy dyed papers. There's lots of it, so who wants to write in it can write in this. And I don't think you could see it because I wanted to do 2nd generation stamping or 3rd, and there's little stamping done in the corner. And then in the back here, this was supposed to be laying in here, and I took it out when I opened it up. This is what I made to hold your, mark your page. You like that? And then back here, I have a little itty bitty bow. I love those. And I gathered some of the matching fabric. Is that the fabric? No, this is a different fabric again. But it's kind of like it. And then I made this and decoupaged some of the Tim Holtz decoupage paper. Add little flowers, you see it, and I used special scissors. And without the tag in it, that's what it looks like. It's just gorgeous. And this is the back. I gotta get those bits. And this is sewn around so it would fringe and do what I wanted it to do there. And this is the tag, and I add a little flower, a little metal piece, and some of the burgundy lace. And I took this paper and I just sewed on another paper and put it on here to get that look. And then here is, this is vintage lace. I'm not sure what this is. And this is the back. So I hope that you enjoyed this viewing. I hope it inspired you. You will find this at my store at auniquetreasure.shop if you'd like to purchase this. But if you don't purchase it and you are a crafter watching this, I hope that you are inspired. Thank you so, so, so much.